I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks. 5, 4, 3. That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
This is the Universal Wrestling Podcast. Inside the ring. Outside the ring. It's all here.
We're talking about the greatest sport of all, professional wrestling. Come on.
And now, here's Nick and Keith.
Yes, sir. We're live. Brother, on the road to victory. Keith, what's good,
You
brother?
know it. Yo, you already know what it is. That's the official conference champions, NFC conference champions
shit.
hat.
When did you get that?
Wifey ordered it literally that day we won. It just came earlier this week. I have been wearing it nonstop.
Nice.
I'm not going to keep it on the whole time because I feel like a goober with it forward, but it doesn't say anything Eagles backwards. So, but
Well,
hell yeah.
how's the week been, brother?
It's been it's good. I got my baby shower this weekend.
Shit.
People are going to give us a bunch of stuff and gonna be a good time.
That's funny. My wife just ordered all the invitations. We put the down payment, not the down payment, but the payment. Yeah, I guess we can call it. It's not a car, but whatever.
Yeah.
The down payment on the shower restaurant, and it
There you
goes
go.
under yesterday. The restaurant
went under after the.
Yes.
Oh, what the fuck, man! They didn't. There's no way they didn't know that before she gave them the deposit. That's some bullshit.
It is. It really is bullshit. Because she went on Facebook and she saw that someone commented on their Facebook page the day that she put the down payment or paid for the down payment, and they said something iffy about like, I think something's happening here, but I don't know.
Whack.
Is that crazy?
Whack.
What the hell?
Whack.
That's life for you.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's get into some wrestling. We're going to recap Raw. We're going to recap some Smack It Down. And what else? NXT. I was going to say Stand and Deliver. I did say that before we went recording, but it is Vengeance Day. So, Keith, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. And we are maybe someday, one day, sponsored by the Capri Sun. What a great company. What a great product. Company. And honestly, what a good Friday we had with SmackDown.
Absolutely.
Thoughts before we head in and recap this baby?
No, I mean, I'm ready to dive right in. A SmackDown, I feel like, has been pretty consistent, and it's nice. I'm into it. I'm into the consistency. Let's keep it rocking. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep, whatever they're doing, just keep doing it.
Before we get to it, if you are coming from the Wrestling DeLorean, you watched a banger of an episode with Dom and De Niro, ECW Hardcore TV. It was a really fun event. I love those kind of recaps where you can watch it and just, things pop back and, into your head. It's like, oh shit, that happened. Sabu, Rob Van Dam. I can go days and days.
It's always wonderful going back, checking out them old school ones with the DeLorean.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. Go subscribe to their YouTube channel. And let's get to it, Keith. The first match we're going to talk about, Braun Strowman and Ricochet, a very odd group coming together to defeat Imperium. And it was a really good match. The chemistry, I don't know why there's chemistry with Ricochet and Braun. I don't know why there should be, but there is. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I mean, I have long ragged on WWE's like dependence on I don't like you, you don't like me. Let's be a team. Can they coexist? And it's working here. It's working here for some reason because, like you said, there is chemistry. I can't deny that, but it's this that I'm so over that fucking trope. We'll get into it more later too when we talk about some other stuff here. But it's working for them. I am never going to be happy to see Imperium take a pin. But it made sense if you look at the story. I mean, Gunther
was ejected. Okay,
Right.
we get that. That doesn't help Imperium. But at the end of the day, Keith, this is for one thing, and this is for the chance to go one-on-one with the Usos. That's what happened with Ricochet and Braun Strowman. They will go one-on-one for the undisputed tag titles on February 10th.
Yeah.
It's a very specific date. I don't know why that's what they said. I know it's a Friday, but it's going to be fun because I don't remember the last time I watched the Usos wrestle. I mean,
I was thinking that too when they brought that up. I can't remember the last time that it's been like that they've had like an actual like tag title match. If Justin's somewhere hanging around here, I'm sure he'll pop in with letting us know.
Give us the stats, Justin.
It's been, I mean, obviously like Jimmy and Jay have done like some solo work here and there with just stuff for bringing up the Sammy bloodline and and storyline and all that. But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. The Usos, they're great. They're a great tag team. If there was going to be a tag team to kind of break the record from like the longest reigning tag team record from the New Day quick.
Ricochet, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Fuck out of here. This fucking guy.
Again, good chemistry. It's going to be a fun match, but who knows? Sammy gets involved. I mean, it says the Usos. Boom, right there. Who are the Usos? Jay's not there, and I guess Jimmy and Solo. Like who?
I think that's what I mean. I think that's like the most. That's like the most interesting part of it. It's going to be like what's gonna happen? Is Jay gonna show up?
Step up?
Is Rome exactly? I mean, it'd be sick if it was Solo. That'd be cool. But
our buddy from MLW.
Ooh, Jacob. Oh man, don't fucking tease me with a good time.
When you think the storyline is done, Keith, it gets more interesting. February 10th. Here we go. I mean, this match wasn't amazing, but it set it up. Gunther's gone. Gunther is now not Imperium. What did they do? There's so many tag teams ready to go. And the Usos, I don't want to say, Devin, close your ears. I don't want to say they're stopping the growth of the tag team division, but I think it's really fun to see new competitors. I mean, like you said, Ricochet and Braun, But okay, it works for me. They're going to still lose. We know that. I mean, if the Usos do lose, it's going to be a big pay-per-view. But I feel like we've talked way too much about this. So let's get on to the next match. We're going to skip some matches. I don't want to talk about Flair and DeVille for the third time. Let's go to Viking Raiders. Defeating the Brawling Brutes, a good match. Butch is really fitting in. The name change and all that. It's like, oh shit, is he going to do it? Triple H is back. He's got his Speedo spandex. What are they called? The wrestling singlet. He's got his singlet back. Yeah. He's got his look back. It's just still Butch, and that's okay with me. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I think the big story is at the end of this match. Drew and Sheamus both come out. Another tag team added to the division. Again, Keith, like you said, Braun and Ricochet, that doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, but it kind of makes sense.
I'm way more willing to accept, even for all that ragging I just did and we'll do more of later. Yep. I'm way more willing to accept this one because it's almost like they like beat the respect out of each other. Like, and even like, cause when they were feuding, back Thunderdome era. Their Falls Count Anywhere match. I think it was in I don't remember what pay-per-view it was. They had I think it was Falls Count Anywhere. They did. It was one of my favorite matches that year. It was fucking awesome. Sheamus hit a white noise from the goddamn barricade through a table. Beautiful. Anyway.
Yep. Even with the beatdown, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, with them, it's like, it is that kind of like, won't they, won't they,
there he is.
Like, there he is. The boy.
Come back 10 minutes later and ask tell us if we're right or wrong, Justin.
But, like, theirs is less random. Theirs is more like, we had this, like, crazy blood feud for a while, and we, like, beat the respect into each other, so now we're tagging and we're going. And, whereas like Braun and Ricochet was literally just like Braun called people like Ricochet flippy dippy wrestlers. And then there was, I don't even remember if there was like a backstage segment, but suddenly it was just like, cool, we're a team now. It's like, great. Okay, next. Yep. Like just bullshit. Yeah.
But at the end of the match, I think the big thing here is there's two things, Keith. One, even though at the end of the match, yes, the Viking Raiders won, but at the end of the match, Sheamus and Drew came out and put a beat down on the Viking Raiders. Yep. But I think the Viking Raiders are slowly building momentum. I haven't seen in a long time. They were always stuck in some sort of rock here. Again, we can go back. Damn it, good shit. Maybe it was Vince. I don't know what he didn't see, but these guys, if they're good hands, they're great hands. You know what I mean? Like, if he thought they were good, they are better than good. They are a really good hand to have, and they're involved. They're involved. Yes, they may be losing to the Usos and maybe losing to teams like that, but they're good to have. And come on, I would put the Raiders versus Drew and Sheamus on any PLE. God damn it, I said PLE. I meant pay-per-view. I hate saying PLE.
I refuse. But yeah, I mean, that's you nailed it with that. The Viking Raiders, I feel like they're now finally, I still hate the name. It's better than the Viking Experience when they first came up. God. But it's like the truest sign that, like, you know, I don't want to keep, you know, I don't want to pile on anybody all the time and stuff, but like they're a true example of like Vince not knowing what they had. Like Vince didn't know what he had with them. No. They were, dude, because like before, when they first came into NXT, before they got to NXT even, and even when they first came in, because when they first got to NXT, they were booked the same way they were like in PWG and everywhere else around the world. They were fucking War Machine. They were on that same level, and someone come for me by all means and tell me I'm fucking wrong because I'll die on this hill all day. They were on the same level as your FTR.
Oh,
they were. That was weird.
I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Go
that
ahead.
Wasn't me. Anyway.
Something weird.
So they're on that level in terms of tag teams. They are the best. They're so good. And they had that dominant reign. They did their thing really well in NXT. And then they came up to main roster and Vince was like, well, they're Raiders. Yep. So they got to have helmets and eat turkey legs and do bowling shit with like the Street Profits and stuff. It's like, bro.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Yep.
What do you mean? Like, come on now.
Again.
So they're finally now getting back to just kicking ass, man.
2 matches.
So good.
For SmackDown, and it's building to a story. Please keep it coming, baby. Yes. I love it. Again, we're just going to go over this quickly. Natalya defeated Shayna Baszler, Zelina Vega, and Chauncey. Natalya will be part of the Women's Elimination Chamber.
Should be Chelsea.
That is interesting. It's really building up here. We got Asuka, Liv, Nikki, Raquel, Natalya, and Carmella. Woo! It's heating up. Good. We don't need to talk about much more than that.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Before we get to that, check this out, guys.
You there, sitting at home, acknowledge me.
Superior Styles.
What the hell was that? As you saw, Keith, coming soon. There we go. Get them up, baby. Get them up. More to come. That's all we're going to talk about. But you saw the man, so let's talk about him. Devin, turn your volume up just a little bit louder. Here we go. After the Rumble, Roman had some things to address to the bloodline. This was just simply amazing. It was beautiful. Yeah. It was awesome to see. So let's get into it. What did you think?
The best thing, like the whole, I mean, obviously all of it was fucking great.
It was basically setting up the match for Sami.
It's I don't even know what to say. Out of all of the interaction, out of all of everything with the bloodline kind of throughout the night, the best piece was when Roman was just sitting there and Jimmy walks in and he's just like, "Where's your brother?" And Jimmy's like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
I was like, and that just makes this, again, whatever, Braun and Ricochet, they're not going to win, but like that, I am so much more interested in watching that match this week because of that.
Where
is he? Make that the main event next this Friday. Make that the main event. Where is he all night? They don't know where he is. They don't know where he is. Music hits. Jimmy comes out regular. All right. I don't. Yep. Yeah. Okay. And then like when he's halfway down, Jay just kind of walks in, just doesn't even anything, just walks down, stands there on the apron, does his job.
Yep. So at the end of SmackDown is what I was alluding to. Basically, Roman Reigns. They set up a match. Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns said, I gave you the keys to the kingdom. I gave you an opportunity of a lifetime to be part of my family. And he's just going on and on and on. And out of nowhere, Sami appears in all black. Knocks him. And it was a good hit, too.
Yeah.
That was a
rocked
good
him.
hit.
Fucking rocked him.
Yeah. So they're setting the story for Sami versus Roman. And it's just something really cool to see because this is what we wanted. This is what we wanted for a long time, and we're going to get it at the Chamber. And Sami knocked him. Roman goes near the Titantron, and now they're looking at each other. And Sami says, basically, you're not wrong. I never wanted anything from you until now. I want something from you, and I'm going to take it because I'm coming for your undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And Keith, let's talk about that exact phrase, what he just said. He just said he's coming for both titles.
Yep.
Keith, how could he come for both titles if Cody's going one-on-one? Come on, man. It's already booked for WrestleMania. Roman can't lose that Chamber. Let's discuss it, baby. I
think that's one of those. I would love it if they pulled a fucking fast one on us and Sami comes out of Chamber with them. I would love that. Based on a lot of rumblings and whatnot around, that shit ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I think it's just them trying to sow the seeds of doubt, and everything like that. All the graphics are showing Cody and Roman, and they even, when we get to Raw, Cody already had his kind of thing going with Paul and everything. So like, it's I love Sami. I love him talking and everything. I feel like that might have been a little bit of a misstep with like everything else they're doing. It's just like, well, you guys are already writing this off.
That's the issue. That's the issue this is a good issue to have. I mean, how long did we have Roman going one-on-one with legends because we didn't have competitors? Right. Now we have a competitor for the Chamber and for WrestleMania. Yeah. And it's just like, well, what do we do now?
Well, I guess
give Sami his effing flowers.
Absolutely.
I think we can all say that here for the bloodline or not. We can say that Sami deserves his flowers, but in my humble opinion, I think as great as this storyline is, those titles are for Cody.
Agreed.
And for Cody or none, for no one. Roman
and I think
or Cody wins. That's it. That's the only thing I can see here.
The thing of it is, though, is that it's even like, I just said, like, they're telegraphing it, whatever, like, not the greatest thing or whatever, but, like, it's not making me want to watch it any less.
No.
Like, I want to watch Sami and Roman alone in the ring, one-on-one.
Yep.
Well, because there's still so much that comes out of that, too, man. Like, they're in their one-on-one. Obviously, Solo and Jimmy and the Wise Man are all outside, too. Jay's nowhere to be found still. Jay comes out maybe when Jimmy tries to get involved and, like, oh, fuck. Maybe Jay then turns then. Maybe Jay solidifies then. He's just been lulling Sami in, and they just beat the piss out of him in Chamber. Like, there's a ton. There's so much to do with it.
There's a few things that I thought about watching this. One, people want Jay. I mean, they were chanting Jay, and I think Roman even said something. I think Roman said, they want I don't know, but they were chanting Jay. And the other thing is, and this is really going into it, and I don't know if we have enough time, but was this the plan all along? Was this Sami's plan all along to break up the bloodline? I mean, there's so many different avenues, Keith.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say Sami wanted to be part of the bloodline, and now, he's going one-on-one with the leader. Maybe he wanted to break it up. I mean, you don't know, and that's why this is, the best storyline, not in years, probably a decade.
It's the most compelling shit they've done in quite a long time, for sure.
Yeah. So, okay, let's see what else happened. Okay, so
PK knows what's up.
Yes. So a beatdown came after Sammy delivered that amazing clothesline or whatever that was to Roman. Yes, Jimmy and Solo did come out and take care of business. And that's when Roman Reigns came back into the ring. And I think this is really important. He said, "You broke my family, and now I'm going to break you." This is from Rocky. "I'll break you." What is it?
I must break you.
Yeah, I should know that. So that was that was really cool. And then in that moment, Roman challenged Sammy. So we're going to get it. And again, the bloodline, the story, phenomenal, man. SmackDown was good.
Yeah.
It was really good. Any things you want to discuss before we get to the Raw rebound?
Nah, let's roll it. Let's let it roll.
Yes. Let's do it, baby. Here we go.
Welcome to Raw is Jericho!
You like those graphics, buddy?
I do. It's solid shit, man. We're so professional here.
Let's get to Raw, baby. Raw starts off, man. This is how you start off a show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Edge comes back. There was the pop. Because this was Beth, right? Beth came out first, and you're like, okay, this is dope. And then Edge comes out, does his thing from the left to right. Like
Edge came out like it was a fucking pay-per-view entrance. He's fucking doing laps side to side around the ring. He was eating it. It was great.
It was fun. It was fun to watch. And this is the restart. You know, we had to stop for a little, but it's back. Beth is back. Edge is back. And they're going to go one-on-one with the Judgment Day at some time, at some point down the line. But, man, talk to me. Beth is back. Edge is, pumped up. This is how you start Raw.
Hell yeah. It was a solid little promo. Edge just, Edge giving props where it was due. Priest has become a killer.
He said, "I came to elevate the talent," and that's what I did.
And he did. Exactly.
Yeah. Rhea, come on.
Yeah. Put mommy over. Speaking of mommy, Beth Phoenix, the original mommy looking here. Jesus.
There we go.
But yeah, I mean, it's like I go back and forth with like, oh man, like, they rely too much on legends. They rely too much on like part-timers. But then you get shit like this. And it's just like, yeah, of course they do, because a lot of them are fucking great. Edge hasn't lost a goddamn thing in any amount of time he's been gone and hasn't been able to wrestle. The guy, he crushed it. It was such a good promo, putting everything over that he did, putting them over enough to bring it up to it. And now we're getting him and Beth and Finn and Rhea at Chamber.
Yes. And
sign me the fuck up. I'm there. Let's do it.
Yeah. And Edge said he's not used to feeling helpless. That's what Finn made him feel with the whole Beth thing and the whatchamacallit. What was that? Half the chair, right? In his mouth?
He had the bar in his mouth.
The bar.
Yeah.
We are the bar. So that was really cool. I love seeing that. And Keith, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think Dom has good heat.
He has.
I think
he
so.
is.
I don't think it's away heat where it's like
no.
Get this second generation, eighth generation if we're looking at it that way. But
he's finally getting it.
Yeah,
I think he's finally getting it.
And it's good for a legend to help that heat. And that's what Edge did with Dom. Yeah. There's something there. I don't know if it's going to form into a storyline with Ray, because Ray's on SmackDown. It's like it's so odd. It's like on a different island.
Ray's like sort of feuding with Karrion Kross still, I think, because Karrion Kross pulled a tarot card with him on it. That's a reasonable thing to feud about, I guess.
Yes, and this goes.
I fucking hate that fucking stuff.
I know. This goes into the first match: Dawkins versus Priest to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. And again, I may be looking into this a little too much, but when Dawkins came out, he came out by himself. I know that Montez came out after Dawkins, but I don't know if that's what Triple H is doing. Maybe trying to hear the audience, maybe trying to see if that's a pop that Dawkins gets, because it's coming. There's going to be a split soon, maybe not down the line, but it's going to come, because Montez Ford, as good as he is as a tag team, I think he could be better. And I think that's what Triple H did. Send Dawkins out there. Yes, have the same music, but let's see if he gets a pop. He didn't really get a lot, but it was it was must see.
It's so funny, because like I feel like it's been a thing that like when the rumors first started popping, or like popping off that they're going to split the Street Profits because Montez Ford is like ready made for a singles run. He is. I'm not going to deny that at all. The guy is crazy good. Yep. But it seems like since that like rumor started going around, Dawkins has done like every single thing in his power to just be like, don't fucking sleep on me. Like, he was really good in this match. Like, he would like putting them together. When you're watching the two of them together, he's a really good hot tag.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the same, he's not as impressive moveset wise when you have him sitting there next to Tez. Yeah. But that doesn't mean he's bad at all. I hate that they are talking about and probably will make them split because I love the Street Profits as a tag team. And I hate just the breaking up of tag teams for no reason.
Yep.
But what are you going to do? I'm glad it's still something that's being stretched out because I'm not going to lie, looking at this, like the lineup for the card tonight with everything with the qualifiers and stuff, I was so worried that both of them were going to win their matches. Both of them were going to get in the chamber. And then that was going to lead to like the first dissension of stuff because it was going to get to a point where, one of them would be one of the first two. And then someone else would come in. They'd both get pins on the other two and leave just the two there for a minute. And then it would be like, oh, well, we got to fight because it's a thing, and I don't.
This is a great point too. Justin.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Points on points. Always good. He was never more.
He has.
And I think that's why this match rocked. So it was a qualifying match for the chamber. Dawkins going one-on-one with Priest. A really good match. Again, don't sleep on Dawkins. I know Montez might be the next big thing, but Dawkins is up there. He can talk the talk. He can walk the walk. And he's so athletic, dude. That Swanton bomb. Phenomenal, baby.
He moves real well for like a tall, big guy, too. It's awesome.
Unfortunately, no, not unfortunately, but good for Priest. But Dawkins Priest does qualify for the chamber. So that's cool. That's good to see. It's starting to build before the chamber. Any last words before we get on to the next match? Because the next match might take us 30 minutes.
That's fine. I got nothing more on that one. That's
all
fine.
Right. Real quick, Carmella, Piper Niven, Keith, the name's back, baby. Mia Yim.
It is. Yes.
Candice LeRae. They go for in a fatal 4 match, and Carmella wins. Man.
This was Piper's win. This should have been Piper Niven's win.
Yep.
This is how you bring her back.
The Queen of the Ring too. But that's another day and another time. Let's get to Baron Corbin goes one-on-one with Dexter Lumis for no reason whatsoever, but there is a reason. I mean, Corbin's been losing. He's been down this road before, Keith.
Yep.
He's back. He's losing again, but in his corner is a piece of shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Is a legend. JBL, he is in his corner, and he keeps losing. And JBL calls himself a legend. And at the end of the match, no, it wasn't at the end of the match. He loses, but I think it was backstage.
Yeah, backstage a little
because
after.
Who were in the back? MVP, Alexander. Triple H always does that. When there's like a promo in the back, they'll have something in the background. And that was cool to see. Maybe they're going to reunite, but we'll get to that with Lashley and MVP and all that. But not a great match. I didn't really give a shit about this match, but I think at the end of the day, JBL is done. He's done with Corbin. And again, was this the plan? With Sammy, was that the plan? Was this the plan to have JBL say, you know what? Maybe I don't want to do every date. Maybe I want to, stop here. I don't really see this storyline going anywhere. Or was this the plan? Because if this is the plan, this is genius. This is really good TV.
I think it was the plan. I think it's been because I feel like Corbin's been. They keep like trying to repackage Corbin and do all this kind of wild stuff, and I don't really understand why. Yeah, because other than when they first brought him up and he had like the weird like wolves, like stuffed wolves on his like vest that he used to wear out when he was the lone wolf that way. That was like a little bit too cheesy, but just like I liked Lone Wolf Corbin, just a dick for the sake of being a dick. And then it was like it just feels like they just like it almost feels like it's just like somebody has like an idea for a gimmick and they're like, I don't know if this is gonna work out. Let's get Corbin to try it. Because like Constable Corbin and then like all this other stuff. Exactly, dog. They are absolutely teasing the character change. I'm hoping it's going back to Lone Wolf. I'm very, very, very afraid it's going to go back to fucking JBL. Unlucky Corbin or whatever.
Keith, what do you do with JBL? He can't wrestle, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
maybe he could. He's athletic enough, but I don't want to see that.
No,
What do you do?
it was.
Does
I
he
think
get somebody like Omos? I don't think so, but he has. This has to be going somewhere. You don't just bring in JBL to say, "All right, JBL, you did 5 Raws and won 2 pay-per-views. Thank you." No, you don't. But you know what was cool? The backstage segment, JBL says, "My career is losing credibility, and you can't polish a turd," which I loved, and I hate JBL, but that was funny. Corbin continues to lose. JBL can't wrestle. Does this go somewhere? I do not know, but I'm in it. I love it.
Yeah. I don't know that it's going anywhere with him. I feel like he honestly might have come back so that they can do the Acolytes as a tag team for Hall of Fame this year, potentially. I'm pretty sure both of them are already in. JBL and TK, I love that.
TK, love the fantasy book.
Where the hell has Cameron Grimes been, TK? Talk to me. Where has he been? I hate that I haven't seen him. I love him. I would love JBL and Grimes. Bring it. Thank you, TK.
Yes.
Where it is. That's the new answer. That's fucking what I was saying. That's the new answer.
There we go. JBL can't wrestle. Bring in Grimes. I mean, you got to bring in someone because it just okay. Corbin leaves. That's it. He's done. You know.
I just
JBL is done. Like okay. Like that,
I just don't want Corbin to go. I don't want Corbin to go back to being happy Corbin or like down on his luck Corbin.
Well,
bring me back the Lone Wolf. Bring it back Lone Wolf Corbin.
Where's
the
rage? That's what I want to know.
That's what I want.
Yeah, where's the Lone Wolf rage? Where it's like F JBL, F what was his face? Madcap Moss, F all these characters. I'm gonna go back to my NXT days. That's what we need. And we need a legit, I know we say it's the gimmick is different, but he still looks the same.
Yeah.
You know? And
exactly.
I can't sink my teeth into that. So this is good news. Keep it coming.
Absolutely.
And this is another thing, Triple H. I mean, we could go on and I could go on and on about what Triple H has done. That's really been amazing. But this is another great point, Keith. The storylines aren't just the main event. It's not just, Roman. It's not just Cody. It's okay. Corbin and JBL. That's interesting. Then you got Drew and Sheamus on SmackDown with the Viking Raiders. I mean, even with MVP, is that alliance going to come back together? And that's going to perfect segue, Keith. Thank you. The next match is Alpha Academy versus Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alex.
You got it. Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin.
Jesus. So they go one-on-one and the alliance. I mean, MVP comes out and it pays off to have MVP in the corner. It was a good match. All 4 of those competitors go. And it's just, as Timmy would say, it bang, baby.
Yeah.
She bangs.
All 4 of those guys in that ring.
And even Otis. I mean,
deserve better. They're all so fucking good.
Yeah.
They're all so good. This match had no business being as good as it was. I love seeing Cedric hit a lumbar check. I love watching, especially when he hits it on dudes like Gable who can sell it well, where Gable literally
it wasn't a bouncy.
Literally, he fucking springboarded off them knees. Like, it's beautiful. Everything I was talking before about not having tag teams break up for no reason. I love what Alpha Academy is doing. I will also say though, I was very, very, very interested in that little tease last week's Raw where MMM was looking and saying Otis is perfect. Maxine was like, Otis is perfect. Like, give me Otis and MMM. I would love that shit. That'd be hilarious. All about
Let me ask you a question. I don't know if you can replicate this, but do you have them form that again? MVP, Alexander. I don't think Lashley's going to join them, but Benjamin and Alexander win because MVP is back. It looks like they're trying to do this, but the question here is, can you replicate that? I mean, that was during the pandemic where, we kind of needed something like that. And it was great to see, but I don't know if you can do it again, and have it get over. I don't think it could because it was so new with Lashley. And if you don't have Lashley, what do you have? I mean, yes, another great tag team. I think that might be the theme of this stream. We got a lot of tag teams, but answer the question. What do you think?
I think they could. I think they could do it. I think they do it with having Omos as the new main guy. Not that I'm thrilled about that because I really don't like Omos at all.
But where's he?
But I think you have it built. You have it with the three of them. Let them do their thing. They're winning a little bit, but like almost kind of starts losing a little bit or whatever. Like they're not where they were. And you make that part of the storyline of like, we're not where we were. We're not where we were. We need something big. We need have MVP kind of say just like, well, you know what's missing is Lashley. Like we need our centerpiece. When they go after Lashley still to try to get him back, maybe he doesn't come back, and then maybe Carmelo Hayes comes up and joins them. And he's the new centerpiece where Lashley was, and he starts going on a run with stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's great because I don't know that Carmelo really fits with them. I just want Carmelo Hayes to come up to the main roster.
You want me to be honest, I don't like it.
That's
fine. I think Omos is almost a superstar. I don't see anything in him, you know?
Yeah, I hate Omos.
I don't know what you do with that. Why do you bring in a big like that? He just can't compete. You know, I don't like it.
Clunky.
But
He's
again,
very clunky.
Yes, again, we are getting really good tag teams. So that's excellent. I think it's time, brother. I think it's time to talk about this goddamn promo by Cody and Paul Heyman. I mean, you can't script Cody, and you can't script Paul Heyman. And this is what you get out of it. You get something like this. And I'll pose a question before we get into this promo. Our good friends at Circle of Debate posed a question onto Twitter, and they said, is Cody a heel or a face? Let's get it real quick. What do you think?
He's a face. He's a face right now.
He's a face, but I'll say this. Is he trying to win the title for the wrong reasons, and maybe he's a heel?
I don't think so.
Oh, baby, mind blown.
I don't think so. I think right now there's so much love around him with like him fighting through the pec tear and being gone for so long and all this and everything. There's too much around him that he can't be a heel now. I'm not saying it doesn't happen sooner or later. But I think right now it's not. I think if he wins the titles, or I guess when he wins the titles at Mania, I think maybe then is when we start seeing like him getting into more like early Kurt Angle heel territory of just like oblivious to the fact where he can still just be like, no, like I did this for my family. I'm the fucking American nightmare. I'm respected. And like everyone's like, nah, you're a fucking clown, dude. Yeah. Like, you know, maybe we get there. I don't know that I want to see that, but maybe we get to that point. But right now he is through and through, in and out, face.
Yep. Okay, so let's get to the promo. It's not scripted. I mean, let's hear it, buddy, because I know you're a big ECW fan. Paul Heyman alluded to ECW. We talked about Cody's daddy. Let's hear it, brother. What do you got?
It was perfect, man. Like it's like one of those kind of things. Like you're not gonna put Paul Heyman in a promo situation with someone who can also at least like talk. Not to say that Cody's bad in any way, but like as long as if Paul is in there with someone who can talk to any extent, you're gonna knock it out of the park. And that's exactly what happened here. Cody's got his style, going off on it, giving the props to Paul. Like basically saying like Paul saved our lives because Dusty was out of work. He did car commercials to keep the car and And Heyman started fucking crying. Yeah. Like he knows, like he plays the game too, and then he's just like, if you're gonna shoot from the hip, so am I. Here's what it is. And then that line of just like, you know, you're his favorite son, but Roman's the son he wishes he had. Like, oh Christ. It was just like, oh, like this kind of heartfelt, you know, whatever, back and forth, and then just like bam, right in the friggin' kidney.
Keith, do you think they needed to do this to divide the storyline with Sammy as well, to make Cody look like the guy for Roman? Because again, Roman's going to win that Chamber. We know that. Mm-hmm. But it just seems like there's a lot of fans on both sides. And for a wrestling company, you want everybody on Cody's side. And it just, yes, everybody's on the side. Majority of the people think this is going to be a really good match at WrestleMania. But people are looking at the Chamber match too and saying, you know what? I've been a Sammy fan since day one, since ROH, since the Ring of Honor days. You know, like he deserves his flowers. So is it the opportunity to put Heyman in the ring, put Cody in the ring? Guys, you're not script. F it. I don't care. Say what you want to say. They make magic. And Cody's like, the guy now. And that's how I see it in my opinion, but
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I know that Cody is the guy regardless, maybe because I'm smarten up to the business. Maybe I know a little more because, we watch it every Monday, every Wednesday, every Tuesday, whatever. But was this a statement to be made for Cody? Because he even mentioned Sammy. He did say, what I basically said. I'm giving him flowers, but those 2 titles are mine, and I'm doing whatever it takes.
I don't know that it was like meant for like dividing everything with it, like trying to draw it away from it. Cause I think it's in like such a good position with everything that like both guys are so, both Sammy and Cody are both so over already. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I'm trying to say, like, it's like, they're both so over, like they don't even need to be divided. Cause like they already are, like they're both their own, like they're already both their own like stratospheres of just like babyface crowd love and support and everything. And it's in 2 different like areas. You know what I mean? Like Cody's is more like the return, the redemption story. Like they're both redemption stories, I guess. But like Cody's is more like, I was nothing. I was stardust. I was doing nonsense, whatever. So I left and I conquered. I literally went out and conquered and won the Ring of Honor world title. I won the NW, and I didn't say any of them, but I won accolades around the world. I started the biggest competition that's here now. I did all that, and now I'm back to claim the throne that should have been mine to begin with. Whereas Sammy's is the road to redemption of just being like, I wanted to be with you. I did everything I could to prove myself to you, and it was never good enough. So then you just took it too far and expected too much of me, so I snapped. And here we are now. Like, I'm coming for you because you made me do this. Like,
yes.
And they're both just so over. There's so much crowd support behind them. Like, they are separated, but I don't think this promo had anything like intentionally doing that. Like, that was just what was already happening anyway.
Yeah. Dom, you bring up a good question, but I don't think so. I think what Cody said in his words on Monday Night Raw shows that. He said Heyman won't pay for what he said, but Roman will. If that will happen, I think maybe it would be Sammy. That would be something cool. Heyman screwing Roman for to help Sammy, but I just don't see it. I mean, it's good. No. It makes you think, but I just don't see it. I think at the end of the day, no matter what happens, this is going to be good. And I mean by this, Keith. Cody loses. It's not a bad thing. And it can happen. And why wouldn't it happen? I mean, who has Roman lost to? No one. And who has, Cody might be the biggest competitor for the tallest task for Roman, but it could happen. And I don't care. I want it. Whatever happens. But I think this is definitely the storyline.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly.
Anything else from Raw? I mean, I'll say this. I don't know what the hell Graves is wearing, but he looks like a total dope.
I always think he does.
Carmella, so
I always think he does. I got just quick little points to rattle off. The Montez Elias match was very meh. Elias has really lost his fucking way.
Yep.
The cage match was awesome. I'm always gonna love a cage match with like 2 good competitors. So the cage match was great. When did Brock get good on the mic? I love it. I loved his promo against Lashley. That was dope. Chelsea should have been the fourth. The Chelsea should be replacing Natalya in the chamber, and Piper Niven should have won that 4-way for the chamber also.
Well, I mean,
they're my points for Raw.
I love it.
They're my quick points.
Yep, I love it. Chelsea Green, I mean, she's great in the ring. I mean, she is finally healthy, so it's good to see that. But the whole manager thing is just throwing me off. I don't know, but
I love it. I love the character. I'm so about it. Of just nonsense. Just Karen. She's a Karen. It's wonderful.
Keith, let's do it. Let's get to NXT, baby, and let's recap Vengeance Day.
We are NXT.
Yeah, buddy, we are NXT, and let's talk about NXT Vengeance Day. But before we get to that, we did a watch along on Circle of Debate. go subscribe, like, do whatever you need to do. Turn on your notifications. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter and anything else. Really good time with the boys, with the Bloodline boys. Let's get into it. This was the first, I think, arena.
First one in a long time since the pandemic.
HBK and in a long time. Dude, they started it off with a bang, baby.
Oh yeah.
It was your boy, what's his name?
So it was Dijak and Wes Lee for the North American title.
What the hell? God damn it. I had all my notes, but
you threw a bunch of papers earlier. Is it on the floor somewhere? Did you throw the wrong one?
Really
but
good
it was
match. And
Dijak,
this is
Wes
the
Lee,
match. First Dijak, I mean, the entrance alone is money. I mean, he looks like I don't want to say the big boss man, but he looks like a bad motherfucker that has a uniform on. I don't want to say the Army or the Navy, but he looks like he's here to kick some ass. And then Wes Lee, your champion. I mean, it's just big guy versus small guy. You know. And it worked. It worked for me. I think they did a great match. It
was a solid match. It was an incredible match. It was on fire to open this night for opening the first NXT pay-per-view outside of Florida in friggin' forever. The match was awesome. I got to disagree with you gimmick-wise here. I don't love Dijak's new gimmick, probably because I don't really understand what it is, where he's just like my brand of justice and stuff. Like, bro, like I'm cool with you just being Dominic Dijakovic again. You were he was cool that way. I mean, I guess he didn't really have much of a gimmick then, but I feel like whatever he's trying to do now, it feels like a very generic, just like justice, sunglasses, leather.
Yeah,
so that's
what
whatever.
Else can you do with him?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know what his personality is like. So it works for me that way. He's good in the ring. Whatever they got to do for him to just keep getting matches, I'm fine with that. So can't hate there too much. In that same vein, and I'll take all the hate everywhere for this. You can come. I'm at Keith of the Ring. Go for it. Come give me all the hate on Twitter if you want, man. I don't like Wes Lee.
Now, why is that backstage stuff? Is that him being friends with?
Not at all. Not at all. Nash Carter, or with Zachary Wentz. There's been all that stuff this week. Not even any of that. It's just I don't like. Him in the ring. His ring work is amazing. That's why this match was amazing. Yeah, part of the reason. It's a big part of the reason why. But like, his character is just like I'm a good guy. How? Like it's just like it's too much for me. I don't know what else. He could do. It's the same like I just said with Dijak. I don't know what else it would be, but it was like I think he hasn't really changed much from when MSK was a thing when Nash Carter was there and everything. But like it's just like with it being just him by himself, it's like ugh. When it was the two of them, it was kind of like, all right, they're like jumping over each other and shit. Like it's it's wild. They're crazy guys, and then. Now that it's just him, it's like him. It's almost like he's trying to like compensate for not having Carter there, and it's like, all right, you're doing too much now. And I'm like, the whole like promo thing on the episode of NXT on last night's where it was like his like day of leading up, and like man, I was like, dude, come on, man. What are you gonna do? Exactly.
Some observations. Dijak looked like he broke his finger. I think that
looks like he did. You see that? It was this way. That was that's brutal.
Some cool spots. Lee's German suplex was really impressive.
Yes.
The Death Valley driver Dijak took on the floor looked brutal.
Yep.
I mean, this is what you want out of a match, and this is how you start off a PLE. I mean, it was really interesting. Yeah.
PPV. Anyway,
let's get to I only got 4 matches here, but let's get to Roxanne Perez versus Gigi Dolan and Jane for the NXT Women's Championship. A good match. Okay. I think that's all we can I mean, I don't really have much to say. It looks like Jane,
you knew what was going to happen.
Jane has it in the ring. I'll tell you that much. That's what I observed there, Mr. Keith.
Gigi does too. I feel like Gigi's just not getting the time to shine for it, man. Priscilla Kelly, go ahead. Well, maybe not anybody. If you're if you're over 18 and if you're under 18 and watch this, I don't know what you're doing, but as long as you're old enough, go Google, go YouTube any matches with Priscilla Kelly. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
She just hasn't. I feel like they haven't given her the opportunity to like unleash. Maybe it's her just like not like she's kind of struggling maybe to adapt to the WWE style, but she needs a little bit more of a spotlight, and maybe with what happened last night that'll help. But yeah, that's a rant for a different day.
Yeah.
This match was fine. It was fine. I'm not quite there, but I'm almost in the same boat with Roxanne, like I just said with Wesley.
Yeah.
I love her in the ring. She does fantastic work, but like her character is just like, I'm super happy to be here.
Yeah. No, I see that.
I'm like,
I see that.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's get to the NXT Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way. Gallus, man. They look good. They won.
Yeah.
It was something cool to see because I did not think Gallus had a chance. I really thought they would retain, or that Pretty Deadly would win it again for the third time. A great match, and I think this is what you need for the NXT Tag Team division. I think Gallus on top is great to see. Yes, Woods and Kofi, that was cool, but they did their time. Thank you, Gallus, and present them how they were presented in UK too.
Yeah.
Really badass guys, dark, dreary. That's what I want.
I wanted Pretty Deadly to get him back, or I genuinely really feel like they should have, in the same way everyone was kind of saying at Double or Nothing, was it, when the Acclaim was like super over in that tag match when they lost to Swerve and Keith Lee. I think they should have pulled the audible then. I think they should have pulled the audible here and had Chase U win. That was like the coolest thing to me. I love Chase U. I have from the beginning. I might get a lot of hate for that. By all means, again, come. I'm at Keith of the Ring. Bring it on. I love their just bullshit everything. And it was so awesome to see that they were as over as they are outside of like the NXT TV show bubble. Yes. So like when he did the give me a C, and the whole crowd just the Chase U with like. Yeah. Could have been, I feel like it could have been an audible. They could have easily taken the win. I wanted either Chase U or Pretty Deadly to win. Neither one did. They made up for it a little bit on NXT TV yesterday, but I don't mind Gallus on top. I just want them, like you said, they need to be presented better. They need to be presented like they were on NXT UK. Just big, badasses. No more weird promos about a man's pub and stuff. And yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm with you on Chase U. I think they got a really good pop. I mean, obviously Woods and Kofi got the biggest pop, and
obviously,
come on. But Chase U has something, and they didn't miss a step after what's his face? I guess he got fired. What happened? He just
Bodie Hayward. Yeah,
he got fired.
They let him go. They said he wasn't progressing.
Really?
But yeah, that was the word. He wasn't progressing like quick enough or like well enough in the ring, which made sense. The guy like never wrestled. He just held the flag and got beat up and stuff. So I'm fine with Duke Hudson in there. I feel like that's going to lead to a story in and of itself. I think Duke's probably not being super genuine, but I love them. I love what they do. My biggest hope out of it was like Gallus won. That's cool and everything. I don't hate Gallus or anything like that. My hope, though, is that since Pretty Deadly didn't get him back, that they just do kind of whatever still for right now, almost like spin wheels for a little bit longer here, and then they're coming up after Mania.
Yeah.
I want more Pretty Deadly in my life. Too. They're so ready. I love them. I love their character work. Them on NXT last night was
they're good.
Just master.
It's entertaining. And they got some dope ass jackets. That was pretty cool.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Yes, boy.
Yeah.
Yes,
all right,
boy.
Buddy. Let's get to the main event. Mark Henry, take us away. Braun Breaker goes one-on-one.
There's going to be a clip there.
No, we can't.
No, I know. That'd be gone.
No more videos. Throw up the X. Braun Breaker goes one-on-one with Grayson Waller for his NXT championship. And I mean, you could poll the IWC and every other wrestling fan, and they would say the same thing I am going to say. I thought it was Waller's. I really did.
Yep.
And after the fact, I'm glad it's not. Let's hear it. What do you got?
You took it right out of my mouth. I thought this was going to be it because I don't think whenever Braun loses the title. Oh, that's good, broadcast.
Our boys.
There they are. Whenever Braun inevitably loses the title, whoever takes it from him, it's going to have to be in a match, like a cage match, like a steel cage or a tables match or a whatever. It's going to have to be something like that. No, I don't think anyone is pinning him clean. Even though I know a lot of people, myself included, wouldn't mind to see like Melo take it off of him. I know that's what TK really wants, Melo to get a run with it. But like, I don't see anyone pinning him clean. Like, I think there's going to be some kind of nonsense with it. So that's why I really thought tonight was Waller's. I thought this was going to be Waller's night. You're in the cage, no disqualification. He can't win by escaping the cage. So like, have him pull some kind of nonsense of like, because he attacked Braun before the thing started. So they were already outside of the ring. Like, all right, dude, while you're out there, while he's down, because you just beat him up, get under the ring, pull out chairs, chains, kendo sticks, throw that stuff all in there. Use that,
Yeah.
And I thought chains, nothing like that happened, but
yeah. Speaking of chains, what Waller wore to the ring was pretty dope.
Oh yeah,
the Steiner thing.
Oh, with
that was really cool.
Yeah, the chainmail. Oh, it was awesome, and he had all the girls with the champagne bottles and carrying the gold pan. Chainmail, yeah, the Steiner chainmail. It's nerd shit, man. In the bedroom. I wish. I would totally. If I had chainmail, you really think I wouldn't have worn it at this point in how many streams we've done? Kidding me?
Breaker again. Breaker again breaks through something on his way to the entrance. Just stop. Please, just stop. It's not cool. It actually makes him look stupid.
Listen, I'll say him going through the paper cut, the paper thing of Waller was a lot better than him kicking the weird the weird X before War Games. That was give it to awkward.
Really good match. Again, like you said, WWE got rid of the rule, where somebody can, they got to win by pin or submission. That, you don't see often. I think we did see that. Go ahead.
No, I didn't know that's like a permanent thing they're doing across the board now with all cage matches.
I don't know.
You can't win by escape. And I thought that was just like, because truth be told, I missed a couple of like lead ups to this pay-per-view.
That happened.
And I thought it was something that it was like a thing. I thought it was like a thing they had said of just like, well, listen, like if we're going to do this, you got to beat me. You can't like escape for it. So I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe where's Justin? He'll know. Yeah. I don't know if that's always been a thing. Like you can't win the title in a cage match by like escaping. Like you have to do pin or submission. And maybe that's just something I never really thought about. But I don't know. I don't know that I love that because that's like half the allure of a cage match. It's like watching them try to, you get the hope spot where someone climbs up and then the hand comes up and grabs him and pulls him back in and everything. So
can he escape? That's the whole thing, right? What the hell is the cage for if you can't escape it?
Exactly.
If it's Hell in a Cell, it's different. I thought tying Breaker up into the ropes and then delivering the spear, that was really cool.
That was dope.
This just shows maybe they're not ready. I guess Breaker's not ready right now, but this definitely is the main event. This definitely should have ended the show, and that's what it did. Yeah. I just don't know what you do. I mean, great match. They both put up. Why are they not ready? Is it because Cody is really shiny right now, the new toy, and he's doing a lot for momentum for the company, for Raw, for WWE? I mean, it's a big ticket item to get a WrestleMania ticket this year. So maybe, put him down. I don't know. I know Breaker isn't amazing on the mic, but Bobby Lashley isn't. I mean, Brock isn't. I mean, there's ways to get around that, and he's so young. I just don't know when Waller gets another chance, and if it isn't Waller, it's Carmelo. I don't know. It's great. It's another. Well, I mean, another. What do we do here? And it's good to be a wrestling fan,
In that whole sticking with what you're kind of saying there, I feel like it's like between those three names you mentioned, Braun, Waller, and Mello. You literally got the three bears. Yeah. You have the three bears there. It's where it's like Waller can talk. I feel like Waller has awesome mic skills. He's decent-ish in the ring. He's not like the most amazing wrestler. He has some really fucking cool moves, but he's not the smoothest with everything all the time and stuff, but he's pretty good, but he's a really good talker. And you got Braun, who's the opposite, where he's really good in the ring. He's got impressive moves. He's so fast for a dude his size. He moves really well. Awesome in the ring. So on the mic. He kind of just has this. He just says the same Steiner promo every time of I'm gonna kick ass,
Yeah.
And then you got Carmelo, who's both. Carmelo is fantastic in the ring, and he's really good on the mic. So yeah, I mean, I think honestly, where this is going to end up going is I feel like it's going to veer kind of into like MJF territory, not like in terms of promos and stuff, but like the whole thing of not just the whole thing of like with him suspended now, it's going to be this whole thing of like, you're trying to keep me away. I'm not coming back for blah, 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 blah. He's going to stay away for a little while, whatever. We're going to build to stand and deliver. It's going to be Melo and Braun. And in that match, at some point, Waller's going to show up, maybe wearing a devil mask or on the nose or something, but he's gonna interfere.
Screw him.
And that'll set up, screw Braun out of it, so then Braun can go up after Mania. Melo's got the title, and then him and Melo feud for a little bit, which I'm into seeing, and one or both of them goes up again soon after that.
Yeah, I just can't see Carmelo lose or winning clean. So that point, what you just said made sense. And I mean, Carmelo is an NXT champion. I love it. Size, stature. I don't know what he's going to do on the main roster. I mean, there's a lot of small guys that are lost. They're good hands, like a Gargano and Gable. They're good hands, but I don't know what you do with that. And again, he's great. He can be an NXT champion. I just don't know if he wins clean. I don't see it. Trick's there. Waller's
like I was saying, it's like I was saying earlier. I mean, whoever it ends up being to dethrone Braun is not doing it clean. I think that's how they preserve him to go up. Like, because he'll go up on his back, losing the title and whatever, but it's not going to be clean. And then because that kind of like leaves the door. Like, I feel like it might be a thing of maybe like they're unsure about how well Braun's going to do on the main roster. So you have him go out, you have him lose the title, you have him go up after these like kind of shoddy circumstances at the end there. And then if it's really not working out, he comes back and just goes, listen, I never really lost it the right way. Trick Williams held my feet down. Grayson Waller smoked me with the belt and then you pinned me. Whatever it is, something like that. And then it gives him they leave that, they kind of help leave that door open. If he does great, whatever. He lost on his way out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if he's not doing so great, you have this door open of like, cool, you can come back now and just come keep seasoning here for a little while because you're not quite ready for this yet.
Yeah. I dig it.
The last thing that I want is for him to go up and be another Karrion Kross the first time around or currently.
Oh, God.
That guy's going to find me one of these days and just kick the shit
I don't know if anyone can replicate his career after NXT. It's bad. And you love him.
I did. I did at first. At first, when he was bald and in NXT, it was all about it. And it's literally been ever since the promo he had when he was taking on Adam Cole. And Adam Cole was just like, when they need something special from, like, they needed, I forget his exact words, but it was something about like how the only thing special about you is your entrance. If they want something special from Adam Cole, they ring the bell. And I was like, oh, damn it, you're so right. Kross is just this awesome entrance, and then he hits his Doomsday Saito and puts a sleeper hold on you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. You know what's cool too? We're finally talking about NXT. I mean, we talk about AEW, we talk about Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, but sometimes we leave out NXT, and I think this is a good thing to recap. I think it's newsworthy. I think Braun has a competitor in Carmelo. I mean, it just makes sense. He came out, they eyed, look. He was on the cage. Carmelo came out of the Titantron, and it was cool to see. Roxanne, good for her. Let's see what's next. I mean, the women's division is building in NXT. I mean, I think this week NXT had like 3 or 4 different women matches on NXT. Yeah,
there was a lot of focus on women on NXT this week.
NXT is what it is, and that's what you need.
Yeah.
It's just
go ahead. It's gotten so much better again. Like they definitely had like a peak and a trough, because like earlier on when Triple H was running it and Cole and Gargano and Undisputed Era and all that was going on, that was really great. That was great NXT TV. That's why they tried to go head to head with AEW with stuff and everything and whatever. It's getting better again now. Like, it definitely hit like a little bit of a lull for a little while there. But it's definitely getting better again. I'm just, it's something Justin kind of touched on it last night after the episode of NXT or during it or whatever. And like, I just don't get why they have women's tag titles, period. Like across NXT, main roster, whatever, because they don't, they very clearly do not give a damn about women's tag teams. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire are just made a tag team now. They had like a literal blood feud. I know earlier I was like, oh, they beat respect out of each other with Drew and Sheamus, but like this isn't. They just had like Isla Dawn cost her titles twice, and then it's just like, you put my fire out, I'm with you now. Like, what? That doesn't mean anything. And in the same episode, they broke up what was arguably the only actual coherent tag team from the beginning in Toxic Attraction. Yes, JC's got it. She's going to do great as solo. I'm really hoping Gigi does the same. That's awesome. But like, why did they have to do that? Why couldn't they just have this amazing, awesome tag team run like Bayley was kind of telling them in that segment? Like, there was no reason to break them up. And like, it's back to other nonsense with even the stuff with the current NXT women's tag champs are another one of those just like, can they get along? Because it's Kiana James and Fallon Henley that are like, messing with each other because Kiana's trying to bang one of the cowboy man, and like it's just like I don't get it, man. Like I don't understand why they even have them. Like clearly you don't care, and that's fine. None of us really asked you for them, but like you gave them to us. So if you're gonna give them to us, do something with
it to us,
because we're at this point, especially in NXT, where it's like, sure, right now we have Damage Control up on the main roster holding the women's belts, which by the way, I had to like really strain to remember that for a minute there because they're not doing anything with them. They just wear them and they're with Bayley.
Yeah.
But then like who's coming for them? Who on the main roster? What other women's tag team is there? That's like a legitimate thing. That's not just like
bring up
Mia Yim and Candice LeRae have been hanging out for a little bit here, but where is that? Because wasn't Mia Yim brought in to be with the friggin' the OC to combat Rhea? Like, what is it, man? NXT, sorry, that was like a rage blackout. I just something I wanted to get off my chest because NXT has been doing great. They have in a lot of ways, and they have been putting a lot more focus on women, which is awesome because they have a lot of awesome women. So does the main roster, but like, if you're going to put this more focus on them on both sides of it, and you want to have these other titles to have them have something else to care for, make us care about those people. The women's tag champs that just lost at Vengeance Day, what's it called? Katana and Kaden Carter. They're this week they came out and they talked to Roxanne Perez, and they're like, "Meh, we lost. What? How do you know we're going to get a rematch?" Like, who cares? Why are you talking to the women's champ? You're a tag team.
Yeah.
You tried to make a whole point of having friends. Like, what are you doing here? And now we have her and we have them two going against Roxy and Miko Satomura next week, which will be cool because Mako's awesome. But like,
yeah, it's tough. And I'm not a big fan of James and Fallon. I mean, I think it's stupid. I think it's necessary to take this next step. But I really like the chemistry between Carter and Chance.
Absolutely.
They're great. They're not big, but you don't need to be big in NXT. I mean, this is what you do. Now, like you said, with Damage Control, what do you do? I don't know. I mean, it should be universal, but then again, I don't like that just because NXT is what NXT is. It's developmental. You can't have, but then again, Woods and Kofi were there and they won the titles. It's just, there's a lot of I don't knows, and maybe that should work. And, it is what it is. But the event itself was really cool. Like I said, first time it was in an arena in a long time.
Yes.
HB Sizzle and Triple H, they stepped up. And I didn't see the arena on the hard cam, but it looked like the crowd. It looked like there were a lot of people there.
Pretty full, yeah.
That's a good thing. A good week of wrestling. We got more wrestling coming. It's on right now, Dynamite. Keith, any last words before we end the program here, sir?
I got nothing. Sorry for rage blacking out there about the women's tag division because I do that more often than not here. But yeah.
Yep.
Great week of wrestling.
Big things are coming for the UWPod. We got two big announcements coming soon. Stay tuned. You saw the teaser. We also have another big announcement. Maybe someone's coming on to join the UWPod. We'll get to that announcement soon enough. Let's see. Circle of Debate tonight, Keith. Ivan is going to talk some, not wrestling, but some UFC with our boy Dan and his buddies.
Oh, yeah.
So tune in to Circle of Debate. It's not right after. It's going to be late. They're on Cali time. So search Circle of Debate. Go subscribe, like, and all that. Keith, where can these beautiful people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Keith of the Ring. You can find me on Instagram at _Keith of the Ring. Way more active on the Twitter than the Instagram. You can find all of us in general, the loveliness of us, either online at the UWPod.com. You can find the guy next to me here on Twitter at the UWPod or on Instagram at UWPodcast for all your wrestling needs, baby.
Yes, sir. Keith, that was beautiful. Thank you for doing my job even better than I can.
Oh, get out of here.
Peace.
I can't do it.
Jesus.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Universal Wrestling Podcast.
Slice that blood up and say!
Check us out on the web at uwpod.com.
You've got mail.
Or send us an email, info@uwpod.com. Universal Wrestling Podcast.
Nobody does it better.